Thanks for all the participants who joined the session on time. So we will have a quick, 2-minute video. So just to showcase what is complete anatomy. So you all would have received the invite mentioning that complete anatomy. With the help of complete anatomy, we would be, Dr. Suma, the professor of anatomy from JIPMER, would be taking the classes on special sensory organ. So we will have a quick, introductory video of 2 minutes on complete anatomy. So I will run that video for you all. So we have seen a quick video of complete anatomy, what this particular tool can help teaching anatomy and beyond. So this would be a very useful tool for across all the medical years, and specifically an anatomy as well, for starting from the dissection to looking at various models, understand the spatial relationship with other organs, how it located, and it also useful for physiology, where are the nerve supplies, arterial supply, how it function and stuff. With that, this is about the product. With that, I will invite our other panelists. So along with me, Dr. Suma is a professor of anatomy. She is currently working with JIPMER, which is Jawaharlal Nehru Institute of Postgraduate and Medical Education in Pondicherry. To just give a brief intro about Dr. Suma, she is did her PG from MS Ramaiah Medical College from Bangalore. She has published many national and international journals with her, and she is teaching anatomy almost a decade from starting from 2013. She is very passionate about medical education and software used in teaching anatomy. And she also has research interest on cytogenetic and museum techniques. So with that brief introduction, I will hand over the session to Dr. Suma to enlighten us with the topic of special sensory organ, how you can use complete anatomy to teach students using complete anatomy on this topic now. So over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ramkumar, for that wonderful introduction. So good evening, my senior faculty, my dear colleagues and the students. It gives me immense pleasure to share my interaction with the app and to share with you my knowledge, whatever I have learned all these days on how to explore this app so that you can understand anatomy in a better manner. So initially what I'm going to do is I will just give a brief introduction about the softwares used for learning anatomy by using 3D methods. After that, I'll be directly taking you to the app and show you how to navigate about the software and how best it can be put into use. So it's a great platform wherein the students, the educators, the physicians can greatly benefit when using this app, so that you are able to better express your knowledge and make the students understand and get a good grip of the subject. And it's an interactive anatomy atlas, means like you are able to handle the model the way you want, able to label it, and there are tools to share content. You can edit the models, annotate and label them. Then you are also able to create your own content, quizzes, videos, as well as various lectures are readily available, which you can best use it for your benefit. They have a huge library, about 14,000 structures, and I have gone through and they're very excellent. And about 4,000 high quality learning resources have been updated in the software. And every few months they keep updating. For example, recently they have updated some models on cochlea as well as the retina models, microscopic anatomy as well as the radiology. So these are the various 3D anatomy softwares which are available in the market. But I found this software to be comfortable for me. So I just took a trial for 3 days. So they have access for a 3 days trial, after which I decided to give it a try for about 1 year. So I got an annual subscription and I found it very helpful for my teaching as well as myself understanding about the anatomy subject in a better angle. So today's presentation objectives will be to know the layout of the app, and since the topic for today is models of special sensory organs, I'll be just showing you few models which I have modified or prepared by myself, and immediately after that we'll see like how we can add a different layers to the model, how we can use the tools in this, how to use the tab and how to share the screen, and what are the tools available, then a little bit tips and tricks. And finally I want to dedicate some time for the question and answers, because definitely I know like you'll be also curious to know like how we can best utilize such a platform for learning. So these are some of the links I have embedded in my PowerPoint. So this is one aspect where the teachers can embed in within their PowerPoint, and as they are taking class, they'll be able to take them to the app, wherein that app will open within the PPT and they'll be able to present it. So now I'll be going to share the layout of the app. So when you initially open this, this is how it will appear. So there's a window for atlas, courses, videos, radiology, then options for sharing, then there's a curriculum manager for the teachers, and the models, whatever has been prepared by the 3-4D anatomy has been kept in this window. So there is one interesting feature here, wherein as soon as you enter this hub, there's a search option. So anything you want to like immediately access, you can just type in the structures and you'll be taken into that. And there is one more option wherein previously whatever I would have gone through these models, so I can quickly enter those models without going through these windows. So you know that specially sensory organs are the eye, ear, the skin, tongue, and the smell. So some of the screens I have saved for showing you this. So you can see that it is opening now, the eye model. So these are the various screens which are on your right hand side, you can see the screens. So these are the various screens which I just prepared. So once I click on the model, like this will disappear. So I can rotate this model, move it up and down, and if you are using a tablet, you are able to rotate the way you like to see it. And I've added labels into it. So once I click on a label, that structure will be highlighted like this. And if I click on this, the details of the structure will come in this. So readily you will be able to study here itself using this app. So if I click on the structure, that structure will be highlighted. This is inferior oblique, this is lateral rectus, this is the eyeball as a whole. So this is what is called as a in a screen mode. Now if I want to edit this model, what I will do is I will close this window here. Then once I click on it, on your left hand side, you will see that there's a one more various tools will become available. So the highlighted structure is the maxilla. So about that, the details are given in this. So if I want to hide any structure, so I can click on that structure and there's an option to hide it. So I'll be able to get a closer view. So this is zoom in and zoom out option. So to have a closer view, I'm able to zoom in and zoom out, and without a rotation, I'm able to move the model. This is called panning. Okay. Then there's an option to add any structures. So if I want to add a blood supply to the orbital structures, I just have to go to the search option here. Then I have to type in like arteries of the orbit, and that will appear here. And even the nerves also, it can be done in the same manner. Now there's a one more model for the tongue. So for the tongue, I have just made this simple one. Yeah. So this is a view of the tongue and its musculature. So you can see nicely the location of the tongue. The mucosa I have not put. It's only for the muscles. If you want, you can just type in the search and add the mucosa for this. So you can nicely see the arrangement of the muscles. Rotate it, and details about each muscle you can read it in this window. Then there is one option here wherein whoever prepares the model, they'll be able to enter some of the details of the model. And if I don't want the labels, like for example, if I want to keep for the spotter, this label option I can remove it so that there are no labels, and I can do the spotter type of a test. Okay, this is for the tongue. Then what I next did was added the nerves. So in this model, what I have done is, so whatever the nerves go to the tongue, I have just added it, and this mandible, what is there, I have faded it. Okay, so there's an option to fade any structure so that you can see through the structure and see the structures inside. So nicely you are able to see here. So I can zoom or rotate the way I want to have a better view of the structures. Now coming to the nasal cavity. So this is just to show the olfactory nerve and how it begins. So I'll minimize it. Now you are seeing the outline of the nasal cavity. These are the cartilages of the. So the bone is skeleton. I have not added. Only the vomer bone is there. This will be the inferior nasal concha, and these are the cartilages of the larynx. So what I did actually, this belongs to the respiratory system. So just I need to add the whatever the bones I want. So this is your nasal septum, and this is the olfactory nerve what I add. So you can see the rootlets of the olfactory nerve entering the olfactory bulb and continuing the olfactory tract. So actually you can explore in a various ways for your convenience. So this is one more model for the olfactory bulb and the olfactory tract. So you can see here how this nerve is related to the frontal lobe of the cerebrum, and it is passing backwards on the undersurface and dividing into olfactory stria. This antiperforate substance. So this is about the screens what I have made. Now, recently they have updated certain models which show the microscopic view of the various structures. So I would like to share that with you. So here what is happening on your right hand side, you have seen the options for a hub, search, tools, library, store and the settings. So if I go to the library here, then I have to go to the filter. In that I will go to the 3D for medical, all resources. Then I will go to the models. So here there is one option for the microanatomy models. Okay. So this is the wonderful collection of the various models which are available. So the first I will show you is the olfactory organ. So this olfactory organ, so nicely you can see like the olfactory epithelium which is shown here, then the cribriform plate of the ethmoid, the olfactory nerves are emerging here. Then now these are the various cells, the neurons within the olfactory bulb, and they take the impulses towards the olfactory tract. So this is a nice model where you can see all the cells of the olfactory epithelium. Okay, so this is a, so once I click on this, it comes as a mucus layer. Then these are the supporting cells. These are the olfactory sensory neurons covered by the neuroglial cells. So they are passing here. So these are the various neurons, what you can make out here. And what you can see here is the coverings, the arachnoid matter, the dura matter, and intimate to this olfactory bulb and the tract will be the pia matter. And these are the olfactory glands, the tubuloalveolar glands which secrete this mucus. So this is one detailed model. These are called as a detailed model. So again go back to the library. Now we shall see the retinal layers. So this model is very wonderful, like microscopically what we see the HND picture will be just a nuclei and a few fibers will be able to see, but in this model nicely you are able to see all the cells. This is a pigment epithelium, then the cone cell, these are the rods. Then if you come here, these are the bipolar neurons. These are the glial cells. These are the ganglion cells. Then these are the olfactory nerves. So like this model gives a, so once you see these models, you will not forget these structures throughout your life, because it's all in 3D. So I felt this amazing, really. So explanation also is given. So we need not again go back to the book and refer, especially for the UGs, because it's more than enough for the UG students. Whatever the description is given in this box, it's more than enough. So this is about the retinal layers. So if I go back to the library again, there's one small model for this photoreceptor cells. So their microstructures also is given in detail. So these are the cone cells, the various discs of it, the nucleus, the processes of it. These are the rods, and this will be the dendrites of the bipolar neurons. The pigment epithelium. So, and the description of that will be given in this info box. There's a one more model I want you to see, because the skin is just that integument, but here one model is there for the microstructure of the skin. So you can rotate this model, see the epidermis. So it has these papillae. Okay, these are the epidermal ridges. These are the dermal papillae. These are dermis with all its contents. The recta pylori muscle, the sebaceous gland, the hair follicle, different layers of the hair follicle. So nicely you can just go through each and every layer. You can zoom in, click on the structure you want to learn. And these are the pecinal corporal, the various receptors are given, the cutaneous and the subcutaneous tissue. So nicely you are able to make out the microstructure of the skin in this. Now coming to the tongue. So in the tongue, you can see this papillae, the three dominant type of papillae. What you see, the filiform papilla, the circumvallate, and these are the fungiform papilla. And these are the skeletal muscles here. Then if I go here, I can see the details of this fungiform papilla and the nerves coming from that. And this is your circumvallate papilla. So these are the taste buds which have been in the wall of the papilla, and this is the well on surrounding, it surrounds this papilla, and these are the glands which open here. Okay, so this is the microstructure of the tongue. Then they've added one more model for the cochlea. So this is the cut section through the cochlea, wherein you will see the various compartments. So a cut section through the cochlea, this will be the modulus, the cochlear ganglion, the cochlear nerve is here. So you can see the vestibular membrane, the basilar membrane. These are the various compartments, the scala vestibuli, the scala tympani, this is the scala media. It will have this endolymph. Then you can see the organ of Corti here with all the supporting cells and sensory cells which carry the, so these are stria vascularis. So once you see this, I think like it becomes very easy to remember all the structures within the cochlea. So this is about the various microscopic models. One model I would like to show you, this about the sperm. So for some structures now you have a different layers within the microstructure. For example, this is a sperm model. You can see the head, the middle piece and the tail. So this is a layer 1. So if I go on adding the layer, so actually what was present was a 1/2 of the sperm. So you can see that this is a complete one. So this overall, now layer by layer I am able to remove it and show you the internal structures. So this will be the acrosome, the nucleus inside it, the mitochondrial sheath. All these are the microtubules which are present within that. And finally, this will be the structures, the nucleus and the tail part. Okay. So this I wanted to just show the like this now. You need to explore this app. Lot of options are available. Still, I am in a stage of exploring lot of things. Even for this secondary oocyte, what is there? Even that is also like that. Then they have a model for the scalp and the different layers of it. This a model of the eye. Then this a bone cross section. So you can see the Haversian system, the central canal, the periosteum. So you can see how these blood vessels are running, how these Haversian canals in a cylindrical fashion. So this is about the main content, like about the special sensory organs. Now we shall go to the how we can make use of the various models. So actually what I was just showing you is the screens. Now we'll go to all the resources. So first what I will do, I'll just go to the lower limb model. So here now I have various filter options. So I can go to the abdomen if I want, pelvis and perineum, the lower limb. So if I go to the lower limb, so what are the resources are uploaded in it are displayed in this. So lot of lectures, videos and the models are available, which I can use for self-study as well as the faculties can utilize for their classes also. So these are the various resources which are available. So you need to filter out, like whichever region you are studying, you need to filter it out. So I'll take this model and show you like how. So I'll exit this screen option. So in this model, I've just only the skull portion is there. So I will delete this. So you can delete whatever the layers you don't want. The nervous layer, I'm going to remove it. So once I click on this structure, so this whole thing, what you see here is called a breadcrumb trail, wherein its source of origin of these structures will be displayed here. So because this is a part of the cranium, so you'll get this full cranium here. Now we'll see that once I click on this mandible, it's a few details are given in this. So I'll be beginning with the bone. So once I click on the parts, so its various parts will become accessible. So alveolar process, it will highlight the alveolar process, then the body of the mandible, the ramus of the mandible. So you can study the parts of a bone like this. Then you can study the surfaces. So angle of the mandible is highlighted here. This will be the anterior board of the ramus of the mandible. So like this, you can go on, then there is a craniometrics, wherein certain landmarks are explained. For example, if you take here condylon, so this is a condylar process, then the coronard process. This will be the gonion, the angle of the mandible. So like this, each bone you can study in detail. Then this bone, if I want to show the root of the teeth, I can fade it. So here there is a fade option only for this bone. Fade others means others will fade, and this model you can see through the other structures. So I'll just fade only the mandible. So now you are able to see the root of the teeth. Now once I click on the teeth, so about the teeth explanation will be there. So what are the various views from the side view, from the lateral view? Na? So it will be explanation is given the various surfaces and the parts of the teeth. Then if I slide it here, I can go to the treatment. So in this treatment, actually what happens, like some videos, the clinical anatomy videos are uploaded. I think in this network, this is not supported, but if you go through now, they will show the surgical procedure, how a drill is made, how that antibiotic gel will be put. So this is a great thing to learn about the applied anatomy. For some of the structures, and detailed physical anatomy also will be given. Now we'll go to the muscles now. So here I'll just, so if I click this undo all, so it will go back to the main structure. I'll show you like how the muscle, details of the muscle can be studied. So I have typed as the right masseter, so I am able to see only the right masseter. So if I click on this, the details of the origin, insertion, the nerve supply and actions are given in the info box. Then there's one option, whenever you go to the muscle, there's one option called the motion. So once I click on this, so it will show like what is the action caused by this muscle. And the range also is mentioned in this. About 35 to 40 mm will be the range of the movement of the mandible with the masseter. So like this, for each muscle, you can learn about the movement. Then there is a separate heading for origin and insertion. Then nerve supply. So if I click on highlight nerve supply, it will show the mandibular nerve branch going to supply the masseter muscle. Even I can isolate the nerve supplying it. Then the arterial supply also can be viewed. Now once I click the masticatory muscles, so all the muscles of the mastication become visible. If I want to add some more muscles, I can just click facial muscles. So all the muscles of the face come into the picture. So like that you can explore, you can add the blood supply, you can add the glands. or you can go to the library and look at the models only for the head and neck or the salivary glands. Now I want to explain about some of the tools which you can use to prepare for the class. So this is a model of the nasal cavity. So on your right hand side, you can see there is a thumbnail called as the tools. So once I click on that, you have an option of a pen, labels, toolbox, and a sketch. And there's an option for cut and a fracture. If you want to add the spurs, you can add to some joints or to the vertebra. Then there's an option to show the pain. Then there's an option to discover. So now I'll take up the pen tool. So there are two types of pen tools which are available. One is a 2D pen, one is a 3D pen. So once I use a 2D pen, so I can just show this is the boundary of the orbit. This is a 2D pen. So I can adjust the thickness and the opacity using this slider. I can adjust the thickness of the pen. And this is a 3D pen. So I can show the origin of a muscle here. So the difference is this 2D pen, whenever I want to move this model, so this 2D pen doesn't move, whereas this 3D pen along with the model it will move. Now if I want to clear that, I just need to undo all, clear all tools, so all the things will disappear. Then we can add the labels, like whatever structures I want to teach, I can add the labels. So once I click on the structure, that label will come. So I can place it where I feel comfortable. So this is the option for the labels. Then there's a text box. So as we are teaching, if I want to write this as a boundaries of the nasal cavity, so that can be written here. This I can place it where I want. Then there's an option for cut and fracture. So first I would like to show the fracture option. So if any facial fracture is there, if you are describing about that. So once I click on that, so I need to drag on this bone and that fracture line will appear. I think once I click done, I can show you. So here you can see like the fracture has been marked here. Now we'll go to some other options. So for this, I have selected the lower limb. So I can add the muscles to this. So in this model, I just want to show you one option which is very useful. This is called as Discover. So using this tool, I'm able to make a port through which you are able to see the underlying structures. See, you can see through the small hole. So through that, this will be useful for the subjects wherein they need to make a small incision to go through the different structures. There are two options. One is a rectangle type, one is a cylindrical type. So this also various settings are there. I think it is not working, not responding. So the option to cut the skin, cut the bones. So if I give that option, you can see like you're able to cut through this. Yeah, so this is the window. I just wanted to show you to highlight. So this is a case of a lower limb. If you want to highlight to show the heart or something, even that can be done using this. So for that, I feel this cut option is a better tool for that. There are three options for using this tool. one is a straight cut, one is a cut in between, and one more is a circular cut. So I'll take this circular cut. So now if I want to go through this inguinal region, so what I will do, I will take a cut through the inguinal region to see the structures beneath the skin. So you can see like now you can see the different muscle layers of the abdominal wall. Layer by layer, now we'll be able to go through this. So these tools are a great help to view the structures in a limited manner without like going through all the because now the model, once a full body model is there, all the structures will be there. But this cut tool as well as this discover tool are very helpful to explore the body in this fashion. Now, if I go to the courses, these are the various courses which have been uploaded in the software itself. So these are all clinically oriented videos which are helpful for the first year students, the teachers, as well as the clinicians to explain the clinical anatomy. And I've added these cadaveric images. These are all the screens. So the cadaveric images also can be seen in this platform. Then they've added a new item in this, that is the radiology. So in radiology, all type like regular radiology, then CT and MRI have been uploaded in this. So how to use this is like if I want to study the chest X-ray, I just need to click on this. So you'll see that not only the X-ray with the pins, these are the labeled pins, you will be also be able to correlate with the 3D model. So you can interact with this. So I'll minimize this. I can move this and place it so that it does not obstruct the view. So if I click on this structure here, it will show in this model. This is the first thoracic vertebra. If I click here, number 8, this will be the aortic arch. So like this, you will be able to like study the X-ray as well as the model side by side so that you can understand these X-rays better. Then in this upper part, there is a thumbnail wherein the description about the radiograph will be given. So you can see here the imaging technique, you can just click show more. So about that, the details are given about the X-ray, and whatever you are able to see here, that is also explained in this. And the teachers, what they can do is if they don't want these pins, that can be removed by clicking here. And this you can label it and put the pin or whatever you want, or if you want to do a test, that also can be done. So this is about the X-ray. Then radiographs of the thorax. I just wanted to show you the angiograms, all image types. Okay. Okay. So in this angiograms are also there. So if I take any angiogram, I'll see the heart model along with this blood vessels, and I can see like what structures I am seeing in this X-ray, and that the same thing will be highlighted in this 3D model. So this will be the right coronary artery. If I go to this number 8, this will be the right marginal artery. So like this, now you can have a better grip of the radiological structures. Then if I go to the CT of the lungs, so I can correlate this CT image with the cross section of the thorax. So you can see the bifurcation of pulmonary artery, the stomach here, the vertebra. So I can try to identify, like if I look to, that's a pulmonary trunk here. So this is a bronchus which is highlighted here. So I found this very helpful. So actually a lot of options are available, but due to the lack of time, I'm unable to show it. So I can see some videos are there for the applied aspect, like each aspect, like lot of like a carpal tunnel syndrome will be learning, then hip joint surgeries, then rotator cuff tear. So each region, like see, you can see here 4,300 items are there in all the groups. So some of the eye surgeries, then the catheterization, some of this putting the central line, then myopia. So each one has been, you'll get all the things like whatever you see in the books now. So you will be able to see in a better manner and understand it. So I request the panelists.
Yeah, doctor. Yeah.
I request the panelists, like, do I need to continue or will stop here and take up the question?
Yeah, yeah, ma'am. I think because it's a good time, we can take a question answer. Like you can also show like the optic fiber, like something you already shown. Any specific part we wanted to show it to them before we, take up.
Which one, sir?
Something like an eye, you can show the organ and remove the layer by layer.
That one, sir. That eye model.
Eye model.
Okay.
Then we can, after that we can.
Okay. So this is the eye model. Then this, what I will do is, like, I think you already know about this extraocular muscles, the lacrimal apparatus, and this blood supply. Here there is an option, like we can go layer by layer. So what I will do, I will just hide these structures which are most anterior, and they obstruct the closer view for the deeper structures. So I'm just trying to remove them. This is the conjunctiva, the eyelid, the eyelashes, all these small glands here. So I'll just hide them. Okay. Now once I do it, you will see the deeper structures. So this is the muzzle of the eyelid, your oculus oculi. So again, this eyelid, now it is coming in between. So I just like to remove this. You can just give me a minute so that I can remove this. So what you see here is the tarsal plate. So it's a superior tarsal plate, inferior tarsal plate, then these are the palpebral ligament that you can see, this lacrimal canaliculus coming here, then lacrimal sac, here was the lacrimal gland. So what I will do is, I'll just take off this tarsal plate. Okay. Now beneath that, now embedded within the tarsal plate will be the tarsal gland. So what remains here will be the conjunctiva. Here is the conjunctiva. Okay. There's the levator palpi, the superior tarsal muscle. Now if I see from the side, this is a cornea. This is a cornea, this is a sclera. So what I'll do, we'll go deeper to this. Okay. Cornea on the one side, it is faded. Now you can see the iris part. Once I zoom now here, you can see this trabecular network. You know this trabecular meshwork is the one which drains this aqueous humor. And this is the scleral venous sinus. All this fluid, it will enter the scleral venous sinus. So if that is blocked, glaucoma can result. So this will be the meshwork what is shown here. Then this is the iris of the right side. Once I hide this, you will see the muscles of the iris, the dilator pupillae and the constrictor pupillae. So this is for students like to understand the eye, and if they later become the ophthalmologist, this will remain in your mind for a very, very long time. This model, it's like, I felt it's like very nice. So this is the capsule of the lens. So even in the lens now, they've gone into so much details like. So capsule, after that, what you see here is the cortex of the lens. Then, so once I remove that also, you can see like not different layers. This is the nucleus of the lens, and these are the different zonular fibers forming the lens. So through this, you are able to see the interior. This is a retina actually. You are seeing from the front. So this is a vitreous humor. Through that will be the fovea here. Then the optic nerve emerging out here. So this is the optic nerve here. So like this, now you can just go on exploring the different structures. Some of the eyeball model I liked very much. Even the detailed model, like scalp is there, then the cochlea is there. So here all this muscles origin insertion. So each muscle you can go learn about their action. Then there are some models wherein the boundaries of the orbit is given separately, the axis of the orbit is given separately. Then you can learn about the various types of the anomalies which affect the eye, like a myopia, hypermetropia, the cataract, and what type of surgeries are done. And you can go into that tooth also, not tooth, actually lot of details about the surgical procedure, what they do on the tooth is very nicely given in the platform. Then there is an option like if I want to teach this for the students, so I'll prepare like whatever I want to show, then I can label it, then I can save the screen. There is one option here called save the screen, and whenever I want I can come back and do it. Then there's an option to record. So as I'm explaining here, I can go in for a record and the same thing can be played. And there's one option here called the tips. So if I go to the tips here, so you'll see that most of the things like how to go about this model has been explained in a great detail. So the only thing is just we need to sit and spend some time so that you'll get accustomed to using this model. And it's really like it was nice learning about this, and it's given a totally different angle to learn the anatomy. That's what I feel.
Okay, thank you, doctors. I think really, I think we are, you have explained completely the full, complete anatomy. How
yeah, the time is very short. Actually, for each thing now, like it takes lot of time. Like each upper limb, if I take now, again in that, if I want to like show the fracture of the humerus, surgical neck, the shaft of the humerus, I can go on and on. Like.
Yeah, exactly. I really, I understand that, because 1 hour for this particular app is definitely limited, because the person needs to really explore one by one. I think what you are explaining is it definitely makes sense to it. So I quickly go into, there are few Q&As available now. I want want to see a transverse section of the compact bone. Is it possible? So the answer to that particular question is yes, it is possible to have a transverse section. But demonstrate, I really don't know. So
No, cut section of the bone, compact bone in the sense like in that model I just showed, I think.
I think you have shown it.
That bone, there is one cross section here. This is the readily available one, what is available. And there's an option to cut the bone and see actually. This is the model. So if I go to the library here, so I go to the gross anatomy models, then view content. Yeah. So here actually now individual models are available. So I'll just take this upper limb model. So here what I can do is if I want to see the cut section through this limb, so for that this tool cut is very helpful. So I can use cut in between. I will put a 2 cut. Yeah. So I am able to cut through it. I can just show. So actually this is a single layer what I have cut. If I go here, multiple layers can be cut. So you can see like now I can just take off this cut option. Now I can see the cut section here. So like this for the abdominal, so actually like if you take any region, there is one option called as a cross section here itself. So they themselves are given the cross section of like at various levels. Like if I go here, so like this, they are already it is there. Like I think some of the structures are got cut, but if a whole upper limb or a lower limb you take and go to that particular thing, cross section is already available.
So makes sense. I think so. This is available in the cross section. In the near to the left side, near to the info box, there is a cross section. If you can click the
here it is there cross sections. Yeah. So if I go to the full body here, so if I click on the abdomen region, yeah. Here if I go here, there's a cross section.
And that selected part will have a multiple cross section.
Yeah, selected partner, they will show the cross section. Okay, so now you can see the cross section in the abdomen. So I can rotate also this one. I can see the upper part of it, see how it is related to other structures. The suprarenal gland, the cut part of the kidney. So if I keep like this now, whatever this in the CT now, you'll be able to see like that. The appearance will be like this. If I saw now, like I can correlate with the other adjacent structures.
Yes, ma'am. So that really helpful. So the other question is like, can we do a quiz? There is an option called quiz, so we can actually conduct quiz.
There's an option called a quiz. So actually, what you can do is for that.
You can search on the quiz, ma'am. Put a topic and conduct a quiz.
Yeah, I will go back. So here, if I go to the library,
you can search as well.
Yeah, here now there's an option for a quiz.
On the topics.
Yeah. So any topic you can just choose.
Upper limb and you can see.
So you can add a quiz like new quiz. These are like already available quizzes. So if you want to make a quiz, I can just go add here. Select a model, I can label it, then type the question, then add the options, and I can create the quiz. Yeah.
So, and there are another few questions related to how do we get an access for this particular app. So we suggest if you have an institutional access, it would be easy for you to assign it to a student. Otherwise, you as a faculty having an access or the student having access, only you can actually use this particular model for your purpose. But the ideal is to institutional access. You can get in touch with our Elsevier education consultant, or you can send like how you got a link. You can get in touch with our people, so they'll be in a position to help you out. There are many questions like, can the software be used for making YouTube videos? So if you have an institutional access, if you wanted to post it on the YouTube, you definitely need to write to us. So based on the case-to-case situation, we can definitely give access to it.
So yeah, the thing is, you need to give a credit to the for this app to while preparing that, and copyright thing now we need to like.
For teaching purpose, yes, you can do. So if you have an institutional access, there is a you can use it for you can export, you can use it for students, and all the faculty can assign to the students, and all things are possible in that particular one. I think we are good to go. We are 10 minutes already past. Thanks for all the participants. Thanks, Dr. Suma, for patiently taking to us.
Yes, sir.
Particular software. Really, appreciate your energy, what you bring it to the table, exploring the new app. In this particular kind of a situation, this would be a definite boon for all the anatomists for making it dissection, making it teaching much more interesting. So my only request to all the anatomists, faculty, and the students, encourage your students and the institute use this particular tool because it's the most authentic content available from it.
Yeah, one more thing I would like to add here. Yeah, I would like to add some more points here.
Yeah, ma'am, go ahead.
Okay. So actually, like 3 type of licenses are available. One is a student license, one is a educator license, and one was the institutional license. So actually, student license means like the particular student will be able to get all the resource materials like to study for themselves, and you can use on 2 devices. So actually, what you can do is you can try a 3-day trial is there. So where you can like go through the whole app and see like if it is useful, then definitely actually those are just the finishing now. Like it may not be that either, but those are the newcomers, the freshers now who are joined. If they take for a 1-year access now, so it will be very helpful for them. Even in a later years, actually it will be helpful, but that depends. Like affordability becomes an issue. Some they can easily afford, but for some it may be a little difficult. So I can I would like Elsevier, they can think of like a 3-month access or a 1-month access, wherein like when they really need it, they can just pay some amount and access for that small period and use it to their benefit. That's what I find.
Exactly, ma'am. So my only request is get in touch with your HOD faculty, and we can look at a pricing for all the students, because it's going to be useful for all the students. We can give a better pricing for as a whole as well.
Yeah, pricing is a little bit, I felt like some students or teachers may find it a little bit.
The institutional access pricing is always
institutional access now, that is like
individual
accessible to all the teachers as well as the students.
Students, yeah. So, if anybody
actually, one more point I would like to add. Actually, if you want to know more details, actually, there is one. I'll just put in this. There are 2 things. One is a complete anatomy blogs are available, wherein various teachers have uploaded their experience using this app. And there's one more webinars. Webinars are available.
Free webinars are available.
So it's a very useful resource to like see the various applications of this.
Yes, ma'am. And there are few more questions are there. What we will do is we will answer them later part and send it to all the participants.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Participants, ma'am, really appreciate for their patience listening throughout the session.
So even for me, it was a wonderful experience of sharing my experience with. And I would like to thank the organizers, especially Rajesh and yourself, as well as Jipmer, actually it has provided me with all the like facilities, whatever I'm using now, it is like by Jipmer, the environment is very good. So because of that, I'm able to like do all this.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Really appreciate, and thanks for all the participants. Have a nice evening.
Thank you.
And any request, please reach out to our LGB
Okay.
team members who are all there in the every respective location. We'll be in a position to assist you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Dr. Thank you very much, and thanks for all the participants. Thank you very much.